Hi friends, this is Tina Weller. Thank you for your recent purchase with either myself through my online store or Frenchie through her online store. We both appreciate you, and these projects are our way of showing you how much we're grateful for you and your order. So I hope you enjoy my projects for the month of November. And what we're making here is a star Christmas ornament. So what I've done is I've taken our largest star framelit and I have cut it out on our designer series paper, and I glued the designer series paper on the back of a piece of cardboard. Now this cardboard just came actually with some Stampin' Up! Product. I save all those bits and pieces. It's not very thick. I cut out a second star, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue the two of them together to make them a little bit thicker and give it some extra weight. So I'm taking my chocolate chip ink pad and our Stampin' Sponges, which I cut into quarters, and I'm just sponging around the edge of my star. I'm going for the rustic vintage look. Now on some scrap paper, I'm just going to wipe off some of that excess ink, and I'm just going to lightly rub on my star, and it just kind of dulls the blue and gives it a nice rustic look. Now I'm going to repeat that whole process with my second star. I've sponged both the stars, and I actually sponged my heart as well just to get that nice little burnished look around it. But be forewarned, if you do sponge this, you will get glitter on your sponge and put it back into your ink pad. Personally, that doesn't bother me a whole lot, but it might for some people. So just keep that in mind. Now I'm going to use some of my multi-purpose glue to put these together. Now we just line up both stars, pressing down just for a minute. So now we have our star. It's time to finish the assembly. Alright, I'm using our crocodile to punch a couple of holes in my star. I realize that Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these anymore, but I also know a lot of people still have it. And if you don't have a crocodile, you can use whatever hole punch you happen to have. Stampin' Up! Has a great handheld punch. I just don't have it, but you can see that in the catalog. Alright, we have some glue on our heart, so we're just going to position that right like that. I just want it off the edge just a little bit. While that's drying, I'm taking our ribbon and I'm just going to tie a bow. And to do the bow, I'm just going to use the bunny ear technique. So all I've done is I've just folded up one loop on one side, a loop on the other, and I'm just going to wrap it around and thread that through. And when you turn that over, you've got a perfect bow. And then just play with it until you get the size of the bow that you want. Alright, once your bow is the size that you like, you're just going to trim off the ends so that they're the length that you want. I think that's even now. We're just going to adhere this to the front of our star. I'm using more of our multi-purpose glue. Just hold it down for a second. You could use a glue dot for this step too if you wish. Okay, while this is drying, we're going to put it aside. We're taking a vintage faceted button and some of our gold baker's twine. Snip some of that off. And I want to thread this through my button. So I have a little trick. This is a dental flosser. I don't know how well you can see this on the camera, so I'll try to put it on some dark cardstock. But the gum company, GUM, makes these, and basically you just thread your floss through that little loop, and we are going to use it for our baker's twine. Makes it very, very easy for threading through our buttons. Now I'm going to go from the bottom through to the top and then back, because for this button I don't actually want the bow on the front. I like seeing the ribbon coming through behind the button for this. Now this I will add with a glue dot. Push that down nice and firm. Then just play with your loops on your bow until you like them, and you can put a little glue dot behind them just to keep them in that position. And I'm going to put a glue dot behind this ribbon and just tuck it down so that it stays. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Now, to get this to hang, I'm just using some of our new thick baker's twine. And again, using the dental flosser, I'm going to string that through. Give it a good little tug. Okay, we're going to pull that out, and we're just going to tie a little knot just on the top. Give it a good tug so it's on there tight. Trim the edges. And then just pull them apart to fray them. Alright, so I have my two-way glue pen. I'm just going to draw a line on each side. I'm actually just going to kind of stagger it and pull it into the middle. I'm going to add some glitter, and then I'm going to repeat this on all of the points on both sides of my star. Alright, I've added glitter all around my star, and I've added glitter on the back as well, just so it looks just as pretty on the back. And the last thing we need to do is add a little Christmas banner. I'm going to ink this up. Stamp it down nice and firm, and I'm simply going to cut it out with my paper snips. Put a little V in the end of this banner, just like that. Take my bone folder and just give it a little dimension. We need to sponge the edge. Okay, let's just go ahead and add that to our ornament. I'm going to put a little glue dot on the end here, and another one kind of where that bend was. Tuck it underneath the ribbon, and then just twist it a little bit. And there we have it, our little Christmas ornament. So pretty and so easy. This would actually be a pretty tag just to put on a gift as well. So I hope you enjoyed that.